Hey everybody, welcome to Home with the Halsteads, and come on into my kitchen this morning. I'm glad to have you with me. We're going to make a sweet pastry today, and it's called orange biscuits. Yes, it's called orange biscuits. We're not making them from scratch. It is so simple. I'm using canned biscuits. Don't hold it against me and stay with me because this is going to be delicious. I've already made it one time this week and I'm going to make it for you. I'm starting out with, today I'm using 2 cans of biscuits. You can buy 1 can. You can buy a can with, I think it has 10 biscuits in it if you buy a single can, but I couldn't find a single can when I went back to the grocery store, so I have 2 little cans of biscuits, and they have 5 in each can. Now these are buttery tasting biscuits, but I used the original when I made the recipe the other day, so we're going to try these buttery and see how they taste today. So 2 cans of biscuits, which is 10 biscuits. I'm going to be using this 8x8 little pan to put them in, and it'll only hold 9, so I'm going to have an extra biscuit. So we're making 9 sweet pastry orange biscuits today. And I'm going to make a sauce or mixture to go over the biscuits. I'm going to use 1/2 stick, which is 1/4 cup of butter, 1/2 cup sugar, and 1/2 cup of orange juice. Now I don't buy orange juice for Doug and I. We just don't drink it. When we have company, the family comes home, we have a brunch, yes, we have juice, but on a daily basis we don't. We eat fresh fruit. But so I didn't need a large container of orange juice, so I just bought this little small container, and I've already used 1/2 cup to make a batch of these, and I'm going to use another 1/2 cup to make these today. Once it gets done, then I'm going to mix up a little powdered sugar. This is about 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and put a little water in that, stir it up, and drizzle it over our orange biscuits. So let's get busy. Don't leave me, because this is going to surprise you how it looks before we put it in the oven. I'll see you in a minute. The first thing that I did was preheat our oven to 400 degrees. And I'm using this little pan here. This is an 8x8, and you do not have to spray it. So let's get our biscuits ready. So I'm just going to open this little can of biscuits. And like I said, these are buttery, and I used the original the other day. So I'm just going to open them up. And I'm just going to lay them in the pan right here as we get started, but I want to show you how we need to do this. I'm just going to stack them right here. Hopefully you can see these. So we're going to take a biscuit, and we want to flatten it out. Just take your fingers and flatten it out, just like that. And then we want to make a hole in the center. So I don't have anything to cut a hole. You could just do it with your finger if you wanted to, but I'm going to use my little basting brush. The end of it, it's clean, so I'm just going to take it and punch a hole in the center, just like that. And it kind of makes it more uniform. If I use my finger, it probably wouldn't be as uniform, but this is going to close back up. When it bakes, it'll close back up. But that's what you want it to look like when you place it in the pan. So now I'll do another one. We're just going to mash it out flat. Just like that. Punch a hole in it. Stretch it out a little bit. And the reason for this is when we pour our sweet mixture over it, our orange juice mixture, we want it to go down to get in the biscuit. So this is how you do this. And I'm not going to do another one. I'll work to put the rest of the biscuits in here, and we'll have 9 biscuits in this little pan. You could use an 8x11, or if you wanted to double this recipe, I would use a 9x13 baking dish. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'll finish that in just a minute. Let's get our sauce, our orange juice mixture going. I'm using 1/2 stick, which is 1/4 cup of butter, and I'm just going to put it in this little saucepan. I'm adding 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of orange juice. So I'm going to put this over on the stove, let it get warm, come to a boil, and I'm going to boil it for 1 minute. 1 minute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and while this is heating up and getting ready to boil for 1 minute, I'll finish putting the biscuits in the little pan, and then I'll be back and we'll finish putting it together so that we can bake it. Okay, our oven is hot. It's set on 400 degrees. I have put our biscuits in the pan with a little hole in the center. I flattened them out. You saw me do that. This pan, for these buttery biscuits, I probably could have used a 9 by 9, but I've got them crowded in here. When I used the original, they weren't quite this crowded, but they're fine. So I have boiled our sugar, butter, and orange juice. I brought it to a rolling boil and I boiled it for 1 minute. And now all that we're going to do is we're going to pour it over our biscuits. And I know you're thinking, that is too much liquid over those biscuits. You're going to be surprised. I know you're thinking, well, right now you have floating biscuits. Well, yeah, that's pretty soupy, but let's put it in the oven. We're going to bake it. I think we're going to bake it for 15 minutes, but the directions on these biscuits were different, so we'll see, and I'll check it probably about 8 to 10 minutes, and then I'll show it to you in the oven as well. See you in a minute. Okay, we're checking our orange biscuits. They've been in the oven for almost 13 minutes. My timer is about to go off. And I think these are done. You can see I hope you can see that they're juicy on the bottom, they're brown on the top. So I'm going to take them out, let them cool a little bit, and then we'll put our powdered sugar, we'll drizzle that over the top. And I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, our orange biscuits are out of the oven. I've mixed up some powdered sugar with a little bit of water. So we're just going to drizzle it over the biscuits. Just like this. I might should have put a little bit more water in it. It kind of gets thick when you first start drizzling. So I'll just hold it up high, so maybe it'll drizzle a little bit better. Of course, the more drizzle, the better to me. I love sweets. You probably have figured that out by now. I think I will put just another drop of water in here. Just going to put a little bit more water in here and stir it up, so maybe it'll drizzle a little thinner. Okay, now let's try this. That's better. Sometimes you just have to keep trying till you get it right. And I want all of this on there because I like a lot. I'm going to let this continue to rest before I take some out and we try it. And the glaze on the bottom, the orange mixture, as it sets and as it rests, it will continue to thicken. And these also reheat or warm up really, really well. And see, you can see the liquid in there. It's just going to be so good as it continues to thicken and cool. And so, okay, friends, I've let our orange biscuits rest for probably about 20-25 minutes, and now we're going to take one out and we're going to look at it, and I'm going to turn it over and let you look at it. Look at that. Ooh, yum. Now, as I said, this sauce on the bottom, this orange sauce, it will continue to thicken a little bit, but if you wanted to, you could just take a little bit with a spoon and just put it on top. The more you have on there, the better it is. And look at that. we are ready to taste it. I can't wait. It is so good. I hope that you'll make some orange biscuits real soon. I'll see you. Okay, it's time for the taste test. Let's do it. Okay, orange biscuit coming up. I'm real anxious to see how these turned out with these buttery biscuits. I know that the original were delicious, so let's just see. That is delicious. You just have to try some of these. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for being in my kitchen. You are such lovely and wonderful friends, and I just love you and appreciate each one of you. I'll see you again really, really soon.